Hello everyone, welcome to Everything with Farah. And in this session, we'll start with a quick summary of the major events that happened last week. And then we'll take a closer look at some of the other interesting events that are not mentioned in the mainstream media headlines. Let's start with a quick summary of the key events that happened in the last week. Explosions in Lebanon capital killed at least 157 people and injured more than 5,000 others. Incumbent Rajapaksa government claims a landslide victory in the parliamentary election in Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Modi lays foundation for Ayodhya Ram temple. Several years of deliberation on the disputed land now comes to an end. An Air India Express aircraft overruns the runway at Calicut International Airport in Kerala, India, killing 18 people on board and both pilots. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the other major events. The first astronauts launched by SpaceX returned to Earth. NASA astronauts Robert Benkin and Douglas Hurley safely returned to Earth last Sunday. They were a part of the first commercial crewed mission to the International Space Station. The SpaceX Crew Dragon Endeavour was flown in space on 30 May 2020 and returned to Earth on 2nd August 2020. Italian homes evacuated over risk of Mont Blanc Glacier collapse. Officials evacuated around 75 residents and tourists in an alpine valley amid the threat of the melting glacier that could potentially collapse. A recent heat wave created a layer of water underneath, making a break more likely. The measures were introduced on Wednesday morning after experts from the Safe Mountain Foundation said 500,000 cubic meters of ice was in danger of sliding off. Hot air balloons form a heart shape as they prepare to take off in a mass ascent from Bristol in the United Kingdom. The 43 balloons flew over the city as part of a socially distanced alternative to the annual Bristol International Balloon Fiesta. The Bristol International Balloon Fiesta is held annually in England. Teams from the United Kingdom and other parts of the world bring their hot air balloons to the site and participate in mass ascents, where as many as 100 balloons may launch at a time. The event was first held in 1979 and is now one of the largest events in Europe. Bells have tolled in Hiroshima, Japan, to mark the 75th anniversary of the dropping of the world's first atomic bomb. People floated paper lanterns near the atomic bomb dome to mark the 75th anniversary of the bomb of Hiroshima. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the mayor of Hiroshima joined bomb survivors and descendants in the city's Peace Park. On August 6, 1945, the US dropped the first nuclear weapon in history on Hiroshima. At least 70,000 people are believed to have been killed immediately in the massive blast which flattened the city. Moving to another incident that shook the world last week. A colossal explosion, a fifth the size of the Hiroshima nuclear bomb, killed at least 100 people in the Lebanese capital. The internet is currently flooded with distressing visuals from the blast. However, one video that caught our attention was of a father trying his best to save his child from the explosion. In the footage captured on CCTV, the terrified dad can be seen carrying his son in his arms, helplessly running across the room, trying every possible way to safeguard him from being hurt. In India, UPSC results were released last week. We all know only a very small percentage of students crack the exam, and that too after years of preparation. However, not everyone is blessed with the same privileges of the exclusive coaching and training. I would like to mention a few candidates who cleared this exam amidst all odds. Abhinaya from Karur, from a farmer family, has secured a place in the rank list and she wanted to become a helping hand to all the farmers who are in need. A visually impaired girl, Purna Sundari, secured a rank in All India Merit List too. The 25-year-old from Madurai secured 286th All India rank in the UPSC exams. Whilst her eyesight deteriorated at a young age, her determination and grit has helped her reach her goals. It's quite inspiring and motivating too indeed. Next section is fun facts. Volunteers and conservationists released thousands of mini flippered baby sea turtles into the ocean to raise awareness of the environmental protection for the endangered olive ridley turtles. Heavy rains battered several parts of India, including Kerala, Karnataka, and Maharashtra, causing huge floods and distress. However, on the other end, the Jog Falls in Karnataka looks at its absolute best with all its channels flowing to its fullest capability. Doesn't it look like a Niagara in India? Lastly, as if coronavirus wasn't enough, you will be surprised to know that a new virus has originated in China and is spreading through ticks. Ticks can carry almost 60 different viruses and bacteria, so it's very difficult to identify the root disease. Next section is just for laughs. President Trump was seen struggling to say the name of a famous tourist spot in the US. Trump struggled to say Yosemite at a White House speech.
When they gaze upon Yosemites, when young Americans experience the breathtaking beauty of the Grand Canyon, when their eyes widen in amazement as Old Faithful bursts into the sky, when they gaze upon Yosemites, towering sequoias.
While looking at it, we stumbled upon another video from The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, highlighting Trump's best words during coronavirus briefings. And I found it very interesting. Presenting it for you, just on a lighter note.
The coronavirus, the coronavirus, surgical gowns. We have no contingency plan. Administer convalescent plasma and cephalide. So that's 1,870,000,000,000 tests. To use the Defense Production Act and the Defense Production Act, hydroxychloroquine and hydroxychloroquine. Remdesivir. I thank them for their unwavering devotion, immense pride, and the selflessness. The bravery of our truck drivers transfusing it into six patients very, very, very powerfully. So sick patients. I am confident that by counting and continuing, taking action to suspend and suspend the internet. The internet made it so big. I'll show you some of the latest, just the data to the highest level of activists. I mean, if you take a look at Pierre Ricard, since 1917, which was the Spanish flu, 1917, the pandemic, like nobody's seen since 1917. Opening up America, and we add the word again. I think we can add the word probably again.
That's it for today, guys. I'll be putting all of the source links down in the description box below. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell because I don't want you to miss any of my latest news updates. If you have any questions, please write it in the comment box down below. I'll be back next week with another summary of news around the world in a nutshell. Bye!